So just what you see there. Another Twisted Builds update, 2 in a row. It's kind of odd for me. Anyway, a couple days ago, or actually I think it was yesterday. My days are kind of blurring anymore. Anyway, I had to get my fuel injector flow bench back out so I could flow some decapped injectors I just decapped, and also flow test injectors out of my Firebird just to make sure they were up to snuff and nothing was wrong with them or anything like that. It was just one of those days where I had the fuel injector flow bench out. I just wanted to make sure. Anyway, I had an old code which you probably have seen, or if not, it is posted on my Twisted Builds website under Arduino Fuel Injector Flow Bench Controller, I believe. Anyway, where it was a simple program. You pretty much programmed the Arduino with how many seconds you wanted the turn on the fuel injector, and it pretty much turned on the fuel injector for that many seconds, exact to the millisecond. So it was a very accurate, repeatable test. But you had to hook up the laptop to change the second time, and like for instance, if you're flowing different flow rate worth of injectors, you had to hook up the laptop, change the injector time, flash it to the Arduino, then you were good to go. Changed that a little bit. Got this new setup, which I think I'm going to put on. I'm going to change it a little bit because right now I'm running a relay board just because it's quick and easy for what I'm doing at home. But the new setup will probably have a couple transistors in the box to run fuel injectors because it's a little bit more precise. Anyway, but this setup, I'm thinking about putting in a box and making it work off 12 volts. And pretty much what you do is this rotary dial right here. Let me see if I get this to focus. You can just change this dial for how many seconds you want, exact to the millisecond that you want this thing to be turned on for, like 0 all the way up. I think it goes up to 15. I think is what I got programmed for right now, which that's a little messed up, but I can fix that later. This was just a prototype just to see if I can get it to function. But anyway, so say for instance, for my fuel injectors that decapped flow about 80 pounds an hour, 3 seconds for the graduated cylinders I have is more than enough. It gets around about, I want to say it was like mid 40s cc's in 3 seconds. So then to pretty much to do the math, you take, say for instance it was like 40 cc's. You take 40 cc's, you divide it by 3 because that's how many seconds. Then you multiply it by 60 because there's 60 seconds in a minute. Then that tells you how many cc's a minute that fuel injector is flowing. So, as I said, this would work that way. If you want the flow check fuel injectors that are bone stock, you can turn this up to say like 8 seconds because, you know, like say a 25-pound-an-hour injector, it's going to take a little bit of time to fill a beaker up halfway, which is a really accurate test, or I found to be accurate. So you can just turn the knob up, turn the knob down, and it's exact to the millisecond. And pretty much I'm going to show you how it works right now. You will hear this relay click on. You'll probably see a yellow light come on too if it's going to work for me. There you go. See that little yellow light? It goes to start, then it goes to stop, then it goes back to the home screen so you can change your time again. And then if you wanted to say, for instance, okay, I did that fuel injector test, you reset your flow bench. Now I'm going to flow really low fuel injectors, like say 25 pounders or something like that. It's going to take 10 seconds to get, or we calculated it takes 10 seconds or ish to flow about 40 to 50 cc's. And now we wait. And there was 10 seconds. So, if you don't believe me, you can verify it with the video timeline. So, it works perfectly. Can't complain. I'm seriously thinking about putting this setup in a project box with that screen and the bezel and whatnot and the dial and a button. Have wire hookups on the back of it so you can hook up your fuel injector flow bench to it, and then 12 volt power and ground. And that way you can just turn the knob to what you need, hit a button, and it's a static flow tester. I may modify the code for also dynamic testing. I'm seriously thinking about modifying the code for dynamic testing. Also, it's a project I've been working on just on the side. It's kind of been backburned a little bit because I've got other stuff going on. Mainly I gotta get up on my simple dollar boost wait list. I've been building units like mad, trying to get that taken care of and eventually have some in stock. I've been working on the advanced dollar boost stuff, which those things are going to be a work of art with how I've got them going together. And then I've got my full ADE controller that I'm working on too. And now this. This is going to be a while because it's obviously not done, and it's kind of a little bit of a backburn project. But just want to show you that it's something I have been working on. And I needed it yesterday for fuel injectors, so I just kind of got it operational for what I wanted. I have been working on the code to make it also dynamic flowing for the guys who want to do a dynamic test at home. But for right now, I mainly do static because that's what you use in your tune. And it works fine. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe to these videos at Twisted Builds if you are interested in this kind of stuff. And if you want to read more about anything I do, I need to update the page or the website a little bit, but my website is twistedbuilds.com. If you have any questions, you can also email me, Dale@twistedbuilds.com. And again, thanks for watching.